has just begun. The choices he has made, his bed is already laid, 'cause he's a dead man walking.
Up on the bridge, Xander, you've escorted Jimmy up to the scene, and you see Max he's working away on Mother still. What do you two want to do?
All right, back to work, Max. Ugh. And Jimmy's like put away his gun at this point.
All right.
Oh, we
So,
gotta get the reset through.
So at this point, we're gonna go to like more, instead of turns and minute by minute, we're doing shifts.
Mhm.
So for the next shift, I need a comm check from the two of you. So, or one of you's got to do it, and then one of you can aid.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the one doing it because I don't want any funny business out of Max.
Except that I've been here doing it while you've been off drunk and fighting, so...
Yeah, you had like a whole 2 minutes to get something done, which, who knows if that even accomplished anything. What do you think?
Well, let's see, I took over the ship in a matter of minutes, so who knows, right?
So Max, you don't have to aid if you don't want to. You could not, like, you could aid, but not actually give him a dice bonus if you're like not actually wanting to help him.
I'll help him.
All right.
And
So
I guess
Max, are you going to give him a +1 dice or no?
Well, no, I don't need to. I mean, it's also not a lot of room in here, so if Xander wants to continue to be my enemy, then I guess.
Yep.
So Xander will kind of push Max out of the way and start helping. So roll that comm check.
Okay. And if we're doing across the shift, then the 8 hours is probably enough for Jimmy not be drunk anymore either. I do have Max's pad with me now.
It's about 6 hours.
Yep.
So.
And to clarify, Max is not helping, correct?
Correct. Also, you ruined my original pad, so throwing that out there.
Yeah. Xander, take him to his room. Keep an eye on him, then.
Okay, I'll grab him by his ear. Try to take him to his room.
So I only have the +1. Let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah, figure out where my room is, Xander.
You just
with the dead bodies.
Something. Roll a stress. Roll what that panic does.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you panic, you fail, right?
Yeah, so you panic and he fails, and so you've been working there, and maybe it's just the stress of the murders that have happened on your ship, or maybe it's just all this, all the fighting you're getting from your kid, and it's not working. You haven't managed to get Mother on board, and
I guess the only
time is passing.
I would ask for is like stress disappears in like 5 minutes, and the shift is 8 hours. Well, what do you think?
Oh yeah, so yeah, stress. You would be able to take time. So I'll say you are feeling all those emotions, but that's not going to fail the roll because after 5 to 10 minutes, stress will go away.
Yeah.
So
Jimmy takes a short breather, then does 8 hours of work. That makes a lot more sense narratively.
A lot more sense.
There we go. So 1 success.
So you have managed to boot Mother up, and basically wipe everything clean from her. So, speaking of wiping things clean, in the mess hall, what are you doing with the bodies, Conrad? You're cleaning up, you're mopping, and you're cleaning up all the blood and glass and broken items, but there's 2 bodies and a leg. What do you want to do with those?
What can I do to get rid of these?
By the way, don't you take stress for killing people?
You do. So you should have gotten a stress for just killing that person.
3 stress.
Yeah.
But by now,
again,
after some time, your stress has gone away.
Right, no, I'm just clarifying because I know there's
Oh yes, yeah, and you should have gotten a stress for killing that person.
Can I take the bodies to like the docking umbilical and just kind of airlock them out over there?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
That's what. I think there's even control of that right now. You'd have to force open both of them, close one of them before you open the other one, and do it from the other side so that you aren't also jettisoned. It's not an easy maneuver right now.
That does sound like a difficult maneuver.
It definitely would be difficult with Mother shut down.
Conrad is gonna take all the guns on the floor and lay them out nicely on the table.
Okay. Right next to the lady that's tied up?
Not next to her. I assume she's against the wall.
Okay. Just clarifying, because originally you'd said you were tying her up on the table.
I did.
So.
Well, no. She's somewhere else.
So she's woken up at this point and she's just glaring at you and she's like, "You're all gonna pay for what you did, you motherfuckers! You killed them both. Bet this was planned."
Conrad
God
just
damn it.
cackles.
All right, so you could drag the bodies. Are you going to try to jettison them?
I just want to get them out of the galley.
Okay, where do you want to take them?
I'm gonna throw them in the hallway by the cryo deck.
All right, so you just toss them there.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So it's been about 8 hours and the mother is finally up. And what are you guys going to do? I mean, I assume you guys have this lady is tied up in your galley. What's happening?
Yeah. Jimmy's finally gonna have like a crew meeting. He's gonna pull everyone together and go, all right. Whew. Xander, why don't you start and tell me what happened?
I just went down to help with the first aid and everything, and I saw these two people run out with guns and stuff. Talking about that they were gonna get revenge and everything.
Help with
And
first
I
aid.
asked
What happened? Why were you going down?
you told me to.
I don't remember telling anyone anything.
That's okay. It happens.
All right. So you went down there. Oh right, it was the message on the bridge. So, Conrad, what was happening down there?
They became enraged. The guy showed up somehow with 2 rifles and started running at the bridge.
And you decided to gun them
Okay.
down.
Well, I gunned down one. He was very hostile. I
Mhm.
didn't trust him.
Uh-huh.
And then we tried to knock out her. I didn't want to kill both because I knew that we needed one of them.
Well, we technically needed all 3, but we have 2 murderers on board now.
Well, technically,
So, Conrad, here's my
Xander
question.
did murder one of them.
Where'd you get that gun? You know, this one looks awfully like the one that should be in the weapons locker. You know, locked with the code and everything.
I think this is the one that I bought, actually.
Yeah, this is the one.
Excuse me, Conrad,
the one
did
he
you say
bought.
you bought a gun?
Yes.
And you brought it onto the ship?
I wasn't going to go on a mission unarmed.
While you're still a fugitive?
Correct.
In 2 separate systems?
To be fair, Conrad is not a fugitive. He's merely a prisoner of the ship. He'd be a fugitive if he ran away from the ship.
And I'm pretty
I'm a
sure you
prisoner
didn't
of war.
acquire this illegally, and you would have had to do it on the colony. You didn't come back with it, I know that.
True. We'll just say I had a good deal.
But you decided to smuggle it on board. And then you decided to steal the other gun. Is that right?
How would you know that?
Well, because it happens to be on the goddamn table!
Actually, the other gun's still under my bed. Because I hid it.
Well, yeah. So there's
Okay.
2 what looks like pulse rifles on the table.
Well, then
And
where'd
her
the third gun
you-
come from, then?
I have no idea. They must have gotten it in the cargo bay at some point.
Why are the guns in the cargo bay?
I don't know. Ask her.
I'll just, like, sigh and go, ma'am? Can you help me out? Can you give me a fucking break? What's with all the fucking guns? Where'd they all come from? We getting anything out of her, Eli?
I didn't know that you were keeping this her in the same room as your crew meeting was going on. I thought you were
We
having a
got
meeting
like one
somewhere else,
galley and
and
it's
then
full of blood, so.
well, she did clean Conrad
Mhm.
did clean up the galley, so it's looking a lot better.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you wanted her to be
Well,
here
I guess I am
present
trying to get to the
for
bottom
the.
of this, so the answer is yeah. I'm trying to put together pictures, so we're doing with her. So I'm looking at her.
All right.
Can you give me a break, ma'am? Where do the guns come from?
Why would I tell you space pirates anything?
Because I have to deal with the two biggest assholes in this fucking universe, and they're in front of me, and they're being belligerent, and they're not helping me one damn bit, and I'm trying to figure out where these fucking guns came from that caused them to shoot someone up.
Well, we didn't give that fucking maniac the weapon. We have weapons because we're a survey team. We don't have to explain ourselves to you. We didn't have to. You just paid for the corporation.
Oh yeah, a survey team needs that many guns.
We, we don't we don't have to explain anything to you. We work for Terran territories, and now you're gonna have to deal with them.
Yeah, I'll deal with them.
And I guess for reference,
You don't know what you're messing with.
So Eli, for reference, what does Jimmy understand like about this planet? It's not. Is it a habitable moon they came from? Did it have like wild fauna?
Let me double check for you. This is KPO. This is the first moon of the gas giant. It is a frozen planet with no surface water and a thin atmosphere. You're not aware of any flora or fauna living on this planet. No.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of crossing my arms and going, "There's not a damn thing alive on that planet. What the hell did you bring all those guns for? There's just a bunch of scientists.
That's none of your business.
Why are they getting
If you have
hauled back to the
questions, you should
colony?
ask the corporation. You should ask Season or Gemini, whoever hired you. Whoever hired you chose the wrong crew.
Well, what it comes down to is you didn't disclose a potential liability, and now you look what damn happened. There shouldn't have been this many guns on the ship. There's supposed to be just one damn emergency gun, and then my own personal pistol as the captain. It shouldn't have been a damn thing else than that. Now we have a whole international incident on our hands.
We don't care about your personal preferences of what's on your ship. You were just supposed to take us here to there and not.
Safety.
Why'd you drop us out of FTL, anyways? What happened? You weren't supposed to be in FTL.
And I like point over to Max. Decide you want to take a goddamn joyride.
How does a kid have control of your ship?
I don't know,
God
Max. Why don't you explain that? Why don't you tell us what your grand fucking plan was?
Oh, we were gonna go back to that planet and get a Rolex. For free. Free men. Do what we want.
A Rolex?
Yeah.
Rolex
was super expensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
All over Conrad's goddamn watch? I'm gonna kill you,
watch
Conrad!
is worth more.
And I just like lunge at Conrad.
Hey, I love that watch.
That watch is worth more than the company is paying us.
Jimmy's literally lunging at Conrad, just like going for the throat. Like, I'm gonna kill you.
Connor tries to subdue him. He's like, you don't understand how precious it was.
Yeah.
All right, roll combat checks. Roll close combat checks.
I have a point in it.
Conrad, you wouldn't have any stress at this point, but you got a 0 from your regular dice, and so Jimmy has at this point hurled himself over the table and is throttling Conrad, and Conrad's trying to fight back, but Jimmy's got a good hold of him.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna go like deep into combat on this. I'm just like doing the fighting with Conrad thing, and I'll get up eventually after like obviously like coming out on top. It's like, God damn it! Ah, fucking lunatics. Every single one of you.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm gonna get back
Yeah,
to
that
the
woman
colony.
looks very uncomfortable. The woman looks very uncomfortable as she's watching all of you.
We won a lottery, you know.
Max, you.
What?
Oh, we won a lottery. We're here because we won a lottery, not because we were the best of the best. Although I am pretty good.
We're
Max,
just the
I
luckiest.
gotta ask you. So, you thought it was a good idea to go back to Rousian in a society where you are already a fugitive to a planet that is undergoing probably recovery from a natural disaster, and at this point, probably a goddamn revolution, and you wanted to go back to a warehouse in a bad part of town on the planet that is devastated from a natural disaster to get a watch.
A watch is worth several thousand credits. Which is more than the company pays us.
God damn it, Max, we have cargo in our hold right now of just scrap that is worth 100,000. That Rolex doesn't mean shit.
Cool.
I feel
We can sell that while we're there.
if you goddamn want it, I could buy you 50,000 of them.
You did this for a Rolex?
The math
The
doesn't
woman
plan
says
out.
that's tied up.
It was sentimental.
Also, it's worth a lot of money.
I'm sentimental about my friends you killed.
I hope you're
I didn't
goddamn
kill your
sentimental
friends.
in prison.
Yeah. I didn't go to the cargo bay and get 2 guns.
Why did you shoot my friend? We were trying to just take control of the ship and stop whatever chaos is going on.
With 2 rifles.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right, honestly.
Clearly
Yeah,
it was needed for you maniacs.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know why they shot you either. That's just weird. I'm sorry, Conrad.
Alright. So here's the plan. Xander, I want you to dual wield these rifles like a goddamn boss. And you're not gonna let a single one of these goddamn lunatics leave this room for the next several hours. And I'm gonna fly us goddamn back to colony. And when we get there, we're gonna finally sort all this out. And God help us all.
You know he's not going to be very good aiming.
I'm fine
He's
with that.
dual wielding rifles.
I don't give a shit. Nothing makes sense anymore. Who cares?
What if he misses
Jimmy
one of us
out.
and shoots?
And Jimmy's just like heading straight back up to the bridge now.
What if he misses one of us and shoots out the wall?
Then I'll be grateful. At least I'll be fucking dead.
You'll be grateful that I'm dead? Thanks, Dad. I'm his son, by the way.
And yeah, Jimmy's going back into the
Really?
bridge.
He gives his son that much control of the ship?
No,
God
obviously.
dang.
He just told a guy to shoot me dead. We didn't hear that.
I mean, I heard that. This is all fucked up.
Yeah, I know, right?
You are all
You're fucked up, lady.
Yeah.
I think she's fucked up because somebody hit her over the head. Clearly, you can tell by the blood.
Yeah,
Welcome
gosh.
to the family.
Well, at least I don't have to listen to that goddamn music anymore.
So yeah, Jimmy's on his way up to the bridge. He's probably going to be piloting and drinking on the way back.
Yeah, yep. So you're getting onto the ship, and where are you? What are you doing with the bodies? That's a good question. Are you just leaving them in the hall? Are you flying back to the colony?
Jimmy's just leaving it back up to Xander, and yeah, I'm flying to the colony.
All right. So you're flying back to the colony. What's everyone else doing? What's Xander doing with the bodies?
Conrad's just gonna kind of sit back, hold on to his gun, and he's just gonna be like, "We gotta get rid of these bodies."
Also, what room are we in?
The galley, I believe.
Is the galley? Cool, there's a console in there. I'm gonna call this bluff. If Xander's gonna shoot me, he's gonna shoot me.
Xander?
Max, don't give me the ammunition I need, please.
I'm walking to the console. Please,
Cocking the gun.
shoot me. Shoot a child. See how that weighs in your conscience for the rest of your life, Xander.
I cocking the gun, both of them.
How's that work? First, and then put it down to the other one?
Very carefully, I can tell you from Nerf experience.
Or do you imagine that
uses
you're
it
the badass, you're just doing
Exactly.
Ah.
Don't mess with me, Max.
I'm approaching the console. I'm not stopping because you cock guns.
All right, yeah, you cock the weapon, and he's still going to the console.
Control bullet to the floor.
All right, so he fires at the floor at your feet, Max.
How much air does the ship lose?
Well, the galley,
Galley's still
the
mid-deck.
galley has a floor below. Yeah, the galley is still mid deck, unfortunately, or
All right,
fortunately.
I probably do that move where I jump back, I look at him for a moment with a look of confusion, pause for, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, and then I continue walking forwards. The fact that you shot the floor tells me you don't want to do it, and I'm still in the mindset you're not going to shoot a child.
I'll shoot the console.
Remember, I did this to the security officers too, and they didn't want to shoot a child, so I've been reinforced in this position.
I'm shooting the console.
All right, so he shoots the console.
Now sit your ass down.
All right, so are you going to sit down?
Of course not. Am I not Max Raygun?
All right, what are you going to do?
Let's see, there's a med kit in here. That's not gonna help me. This is an air duct, right?
That where's that? This is an air duct right there. Yep.
Because I'm assuming
And-
that Xander is right here, right?
Yes. Yeah, Xander, where do you want to be? Are you against one of the doors? This door is no longer jammed anymore.
Yeah, I'm at the door, making sure no one gets out.
Oh.
Oh, but if all the doors are now no longer jammed, we can just walk
Yeah, 'cause-
out in any direction.
Yeah, mother's in control.
I just said
I'm
mother
sorry.
the doors.
You could say that, but there's no intercom, remember? Also,
Yep,
Mother
there
doesn't
is no
respond to
intercom.
vocal commands.
Yep.
Locking the doors requires that console.
Oh, damn.
What would you like to do? Max, are you going to the airlock, or are you just going to try to walk out one of these doors?
Yeah, I guess if the doors are no longer locked up, I'll just go this way.
All right. So Max is just walking away. Conrad, you're sitting at the table, and Max is just walking away from Xander.
Conrad's gonna follow Max.
All right. So you're following Max. Xander, what are you doing? These two both get up and start walking out one of the doors,
I'm just gonna look
walking
to
in
the
this direction.
yeah. I'm just gonna look to the lady that we have cuffed up. You see the shit that I gotta deal with? I run after them.
She just looks at the two of you. All right. So you're running after him. Where are you two going?
Well, first I'm gonna shout over my shoulder. If you're gonna try to escape, it seems like now is the best time. Now that nobody's watching you.
That's true.
Conrad kind of whispers into Max's ear, like, "Hey, there's a weapon in my room."
I mean, I guess go for it. Because I mean, I'm gonna go this way.
All right. So
Oh.
yeah. So Max starts going over here. Where are you going, Conrad?
Conrad is gonna go onto the cryo deck.
Okay.
Jimmy at
So
the top is
you-
also finally giving orders to Mother, by the way.
Okay. So you lock the galley. All right. So you're shutting that down. So Xander, you walk out of the galley, and as you do, the door shuts behind you. And you see Max going to the left, and you see Conrad going to the right.
I'm going after Max.
All right. If you're following Max. Max, what are you up to? Or just distracting him for Conrad?
No, I'm going to the next console. There's another console in that room.
So you see
God
Max going up
forbid.
to this console in here, Xander.
God forbid if Xander destroys every fucking console on
I
this
will.
shit. Right, but how's that going to
Which one
serve
was
you in the
it?
long run?
Can I shoot him in the knee?
You could shoot him in the knee. Yeah. Would you like to?
Yes, I would.
All right. So you go up to this next console, and Xander fires. Roll a ranged attack.
What's a called shot do in this game?
Um,
Is
I'm
that like
gonna
a
just say it's
declared
a.
critical hit?
Oh, you know what?
Uh,
I don't want to shoot him. Can I at least like hit him with the gun back in the head or something?
Yeah, you can just
Yeah,
hit
'cause
him
I
in the
wanna
head with
shoot
your,
him.
the butt of your gun.
Because
Yeah,
here's the thing, though.
because I
I
forgot
have
I could
the
do that.
dodge talent, so
Yeah,
good
he can try
luck.
to dodge it.
Better
so.
men have tried.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. What the hell?
All right, so make a close quarters attack. So Max is going up to the console, and Xander swings the butt of his weapon at you. So make a close combat attack and a dodge attack, or a dodge attempt.
Right, so I'm just remembering if it's part of the. Oh, it's mobility. Mobility is a skill.
Mobility.
Sorry, I had mobility and
Yeah,
agility confused.
And Xander, you can choose to push your roll if you'd like.
Can I
you
push
shouldn't have any.
roll? Can I push a roll that I have stressed out on?
You cannot.
Oh,
Should you have stress right now?
Oh, right. No, I shouldn't. That's right.
No, you shouldn't have stress.
We had that
So
whole
right now
conversation about
Oh,
8
I
hours.
did almost shoot you. In the other
So right now
room,
you have
so-
one success. If you'd like to push, you can. Or you can't. You can't push as a defender, but you could push if you'd like to, Xander. Right now you haven't hit. You've missed him. But if you'd like to, you could take one stress and re-roll.
No, it's okay.
All right. So he swings the butt of the weapon at you, and you manage to duck it. All right,
Yeah,
so
well,
we're gonna flash over to Conrad for a second. Conrad, you see them heading to the left. You're heading to the right. Well, would you still like to head to the cryo deck?
Well, now that I've heard fire, I'm gonna go back in there.
Well,
No,
they're,
he
they're
tried
not
to melee
firing.
me.
He
Oh, it's
tried
a
to hit you
melee.
with the butt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, I'm gonna actually go. Are all the doors locked? Just the galley.
Just the gallery.
So I'm gonna go take this hallway. I can't move my guy right now, but I'm gonna try to access the console.
You should be able to move your guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to the right and try to access the console.
Oh, you heard him.
Right
Only
here?
the gallery is locked. Can't see those pictures anymore.
Yeah. You're going right here. Is this where it is?
Correct.
You're at this console easily. No one stops you. What are you going to do at the console?
Can I try to get control over it? Or
Over what?
what exactly were you trying to do, Max?
Well, you might remember that I reprogrammed the BIOS, so I was trying to enact my plan.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna stay down here. Just cause trouble.
All right,
I
just
thought you were going
chilling.
for your guns.
All right. So you're down there and you kind of get to the computer and you're like,
Can I send Jimmy a message?
Sure. What message would you like to send?
Hi.
Console unpowered.
So you get a message. Hi.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I did send the order. Turn off all non-essential consoles.
I want to remind Griffin here that we've covered this conversation before. There's no security cameras or anything on the ship. You have no idea what's happening until somebody comes and tells you.
Yeah, this is just literally Jimmy going, I guess I ought to do this, and also I don't want to be disturbed by anyone. Jamie's next order is also going to be to lock the door to the bridge.
All right, so you start to mess with this console, and it powers down as you're pulling up the the IM message. So Xander and Max, you're at this console, and Max, you can tell that this console is unpowered at this point.
Well, that's cool. We already covered that this room is also where the armory is. So
That is
It's not
correct.
anything
I'm
left
It
in
is
there.
currently unlocked.
There's some shotgun shells.
Yeah, the door is open to the armory, and you just see some
Yeah.
shotgun shells.
Conrad, you only left shotgun shells in here?
Well, there was only one thing, so.
No. Well, shit. And I've already used my hidden stash, so no pulling out a gun all of a sudden.
I have this heavy machine gun. All right.
All right, I'm gonna put on a spacesuit.
All right.
I'm gonna
Xander,
start putting
you
on a
see him-
spacesuit while Xander's trying to beat my ass.
Xander, you see him start putting on a suit.
I'm gonna grab him by his ear and start tugging him away. Get your dumb ass.
Dodge.
All right, make another close combat attack.
What the hell, game?
So he's bobbing and weaving and ducking. You could take one stress and re-roll if you'd like.
Oh, that's okay. The more I'm messing with him, the more he can't do what he wants to do.
All right. So he's swinging at you and missing, and you're putting on a spacesuit. What's your goal? What's your intent?
Obvious. What else do you do when you're putting on a spacesuit? I'm going outside.
All right. You at this point you can feel the ship is moving under your not faster than light, but just under impulse essentially.
Yeah, well, I mean, I assume that there's something to latch yourself to the ship so you just don't go flying off into space.
That is correct. So you're getting your spacesuit on. I'm going to say it's not really possible to get your full spacesuit on while Xander's keeps attacking you.
Yeah. I was
But
gonna
I'll
say,
Rather
do it.
difficult to.
I mean, unless Xander says he's doing something else, I'll put as much on as I can and then just start opening doors.
can I
Right,
slug
so-
him?
I mean, that's what you've been trying to do, and it hasn't really been working very well.
I know, right?
You can always push
You
your
can
rolls
try
to try
again.
to go for successes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you
again,
can always push your rolls to re-roll.
But you might panic, which I can only assume is you recognizing what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Panic because you think the airlock's about to open and you're about to get sucked out.
Yeah, roll an attack. As you're trying to slug him, you said, and another dodge.
Yeah, I got one.
You got one. It's one hit, and he manages to just barely dodge, and you almost connected with him. And at this point, he's standing next to the airlock controls and is opening one of the doors. Jimmy, you get a notification that one of the airlock doors is opening.
oh, while we're in motion, Mother, turn off power to airlock. Don't let that damn thing open.
You understand, Jimmy.
Ooh, it
that
makes
there's-
you wonder. He just goes back to
Shotgun
sleep.
shells are explosive.
Ooh, it makes you wonder.
So, Xander, you're following him. He gets the first airlock door open, and then he tries for the second, and the power appears to have been cut there as well.
I'm still slugging this kid. I want him to get knocked the hell out. So I can
All
find
right,
him.
make another close combat roll.
Want to stop beating a miner and help me out?
Hey, success.
Yep, and you could always take a point of stress and re-roll. So
So rough. Max is just so slippery.
It's
He's
like
so
I said
slippery.
at the beginning of the entire campaign. I'm not going to get hit. You guys are not going to outlive me.
So Conrad, you've tried this console, no dice. What do you want to do?
And I can't get into the galley now.
You cannot, not anymore.
Okay, I will circle back around to Xander and Max.
So you walk into an interesting scene where Max has half a spacesuit on, and he's trying to like jump around and hit the airlock buttons, and Xander's chasing after him, swinging and kicking and like diving after him to try to tackle him. What are you going to do?
Assuming Xander still has 2 rifles,
He does.
I'm just gonna kind of point it at him like in a gentle manner and be like, "Stop it! Stop it!"
What do you got? Do you stop Xander?
Is that a command roll or?
Well, like, so are you trying to just command him to stop?
Yes.
I mean, you could try, but it's kind of hard to just command another character to
Okay.
just stop their actions unless you use the power of your role-playing persuasion. This is more of a time for convincing him to stop as opposed to using dice to stop him.
Say, "Stop it, Xander! I think the airlock's already closed."
We still have to get this guy. He's gonna do everything he can to sabotage us.
Yeah, just let him. That's Max.
No, I'm not. I'm sick and tired of him always thinking he can do what the hell he wants to do. I'm just tired of this. It's ridiculous. He needs to learn to
Max?
grow the hell up.
Max and Conrad?
Yeah, I'm gonna run past Xander out
I'm
towards the
trying to grab
hallway.
him.
All right. So he's running past, and he's trying to run past both Xander and Conrad, and you make another attack as he tries to run by. You
Yeah.
swing at him.
I mean, you have seen me lose a lot of these rolls, so it's entirely possible for you to grab me at some point.
It is.
I will stress.
All
I'm
right.
stressed.
Well, remember, you're unable to stress on the
I'm not?
defensive side.
Okay.
Yeah. So Max sees the opening. He sees Conrad kind of blocking, like kind of in the doorway, and he tries to dart past him. And Xander, you finally snagged him and grabbed him by the cuff.
Right. What my exorcist sets is is there no way I can try to like wrestle him or get him in a chokehold or something like that?
Yeah, you could have him like grappled and wrapped up in almost like a bear hug, or
Yeah.
a headlock, whatever you want to put him in.
Is there any way that I could try to like incapacitate him without like hurting him, like give him a sleeper hold or what have you?
Now you
Yeah,
don't
we
want
can
to
say
hurt me?
that we could say that any of the damage you do won't give him a critical injury. It'll just kind of knock him out. So
Yeah, like that.
You can also
Yeah,
throw
so
him in a
you-
locker.
Yep, you have 1 point is you've grappled him, and then the other is to do an additional damage. So you've taken 2 points of damage from his grab there, Mr. Max.
All right, marking down 2.
Conrad, you see Max try to get away, and Xander finally grabs him and starts putting him in like a sleeper hold.
Conrad tries to pull Xander off of him.
Are
Quick
you-
question
so this should be
again.
like a
How much
like
health
a
do you
close
have?
combat attack.
I am at 4
Oh.
health.
No,
Equal
what's
to your
health based
strength.
on? Strength.
strength.
Okay. So I'm 1 away from critical injury.
So this would be like a close combat roll to try to grapple Xander as well,
Okay.
if you'd like to resort to that. And
Okay.
Xander, you can roll close combat back as trying to like block him away and stop him from doing that if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm holding out for dear life. I'm trying to get this kid to pass out. So roll close combat.
Yep.
Ooh.
So
Now
yeah,
you're
he's
good.
yeah, you've managed to just knock aside Conrad, and Conrad, you're like struggling against him, but Xander's real strong, and he can easily hold you back and still choke out this kid. So
Everything
it
like that.
is yeah. Max, what would you like to try to escape at all?
Yeah, I want to try to escape from his grasp. What would that be?
The only way to escape because he's grappled you is an opposed close combat roll.
Cool. But this time he's on defending side.
Yep. So Xander, roll a close combat quarter against Max as he's trying to wriggle out of your grapple.
That time I'll push.
Wouldn't I have an advantage because I already have him subdued? Theoretically.
You do. I mean, you get to roll the oppose. This is what the grappling rules say.
Right.
So,
Freedom.
yeah, he's managed to slip out of that, just barely. Max manages to maybe it's the fact that you're holding off fending off Conrad, and Max manages to wiggle out of your grasp.
That's fine. Do it again.
I imagine I must look pretty bad though. 2 damage.
Yeah, I mean, you're like coughing and like short of breath, and
How about
Xander's
that?
trying to go after you again.
Yeah, this time I'm gonna try to kick his knee out.
All right. Roll away. He's got 2 successes and
Now,
a mobility
Let me
check.
get this right. If I fail to
Yep.
dodge this, since that's going to be 2, that would be a critical injury, right?
Yeah, it would be, but I've said that since he's just trying to choke you out, it's not going to
Yeah, no.
cause.
This time he says he's trying to kick my knee out.
In this case, though,
Okay.
yes, it will cause a critical injury.
You know what? I think I'm not going to dodge because I think I'd like to reveal something.
Uh-oh.
All right, so Xander kicks out at you and hits you in the knee, and let's see this critical injury. So
I
this
am
critical
beneath
injury-
notice, by the way. It's when you roll for a critical injury on yourself.
Yep.
I get to
So
re-roll.
why don't you roll? Why don't you roll the D66? Do you get to re-roll, or do you just get to roll twice and choose the one you like?
On yourself, you get to re-roll the dice and choose the result you prefer. So effectively, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So roll twice.
no.
Roll 2D66, or how about Xander roll the first one? Roll on your character sheet. Roll D66. That would be severed leg.
I'm sorry.
As karmic as it gets, and somehow you do it with your bare hands.
Yeah.
You pick up
Yeah.
Max and you just rip him apart. Oh my god.
I just wanted to
So-
keep it a little bit.
This current result would be that he's kicked you and severed your leg. And managed to somehow he kicked you hard enough that ripped off your leg, I guess.
What I would
Would
just
you like to re-roll
Ray
that?
gun brittle bone curse.
hold on. Yeah. Hold on, I'm on the wrong page.
I'm so done with this. Oh my gosh.
Oh, D66.
The ray gun curse. I just got these loose legs. So you're a 46. So a 46 would indicate that ruptured intestines. So so you go out to kick him, and you kick him in the chest, and you see him kind of bend over a little bit, and it's weird because as he falls down, a strange whitish liquid falls to the ground when he collapses, and he like coughs up, and out comes some whitish milky looking substance.
Huh?
What do you and Conrad do?
Conrad freaks out, gets his gun, and points it at Max.
Oh
I'm
no.
immediately gonna dodge. I'm gonna do offense.
Robot.
Been a Max droid all along. No.
DM or mother.
Yeah, what's up?
It's
Oh.
happening.
Max is unresponsive.
It's happening, mother. Or what's the title?
Mother doesn't respond from vocal commands, and because your intercom's down, and
I'm saying you as the DM. It's a DM or
and the console's gone. So you might not have ever seen what happened, but you do know that androids bleed blue blood.
So would this be the time, Eli?
Yeah, yeah. So you believe that Max is well, I mean, you don't have to. That's not any of the time, but it looks like Max is an android.
Right.
So
Would this cause me to have some sort of feeling, or
let me
just what
send
I
you a
thought?
message.
Ooh boy.
No, no, not really. I mean, I mean, this might be a weird feeling for the both of you. Conrad's freaking out because and like you see his upper body is moving a little bit, but his legs are churning. I believe you got a +3. What did you choose your +3 bonuses were?
Agility and wits.
Right. So that doesn't give you enough hit points to like it doesn't give you any hit points, but
Yep, I'm still in the critical zone.
so you like he's in the critical zone. So you just see like maybe his upper body is moving and then like but his legs are kind of or like his upper body isn't moving, but his legs are like kicking around. Clearly your kick damaged his legs his legs servos. So
Right.
what would you and Conrad like to do? This is
Conrad said
unsettling.
he's trying to shoot him, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
this is
Conrad,
why
you
I
have
was
your weapon.
asking before, because androids have a different roll table, so
Yep.
I don't know mechanically how I'm any different now.
Right.
So I sent you a whisper. So for the two different results. So the first time I rolled for your android damage, it was a 6, which would have been he kicked you and your system just shut down.
Oh,
And
okay,
so
that's what you mean. Okay,
yeah.
sorry, I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at the conversation we were having on Discord.
No worries. Yeah, it's and then I re-rolled and the second result was a 2. So the result
Yeah,
is
so
destroyed leg
obviously,
servos.
yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, destroy the servos would be the way to go.
Yep.
Well, as soon as that happens, I'm going to try to get the gun off of Conrad.
Conrad's
So
not
you
gonna
were
shoot. He's
so Max is still operational. So his upper body is still operational, but his legs are just not functioning. So as a synthetic, if a synthetic is broken, roll for a critical injury, and until the android suffers a system shutdown, it continue to operate, only suffering the effects of the critical injury. So
Can he talk at all? He's or is he just
yeah, he can talk. It's his legs that are broken.
okay. I'm gonna kind of look down at him and say, "Did you know this was that you were a robot?"
I feel like the last thing I would have said would have been like, "Dad, help!" And then I'm not saying anything right now.
So Jimmy has a robot.
Yeah. When that happens, I'm going to get up and as gentle as I can, pick him up and then to Conrad. I had to see to my own. And I just kind of like walk over her and try to get to the bay to help him out.
All right. So in order to repair him, it is a Comtech check. So
Right.
and it takes an entire shift of work and a Comtech check. So you
Okay.
take him to wherever you want to. Where do you want to take him to repair him?
Do like a repair thing or whatever on the ship?
Yeah, I think these right here are engineering rooms, or you could
Yeah.
take him to the cargo bay, or
Exactly. So where I could get a bonus to
yeah.
my comp.
Yeah, so you move and start working on him, and Max is operational, so he can actually repair himself as well. So whichever one of you has the best contact check, you could roll, and the other person could give you a +1.
How'd you
So
contact Max?
Well, right now it's 8.
Oh, but then I was gonna switch to.
all right, so he's helping you try to repair yourself. Conrad, you see Xander say that I've got a seat of my own, and pick up Max and carry him off. What are you doing? So that Comtech check will succeed, but in 6 hours. So
Assuming we don't get murdered by android hating humans.
Yeah, exactly.
that is true.
So I
Conrad's,
just revealed myself to Conrad, in case people are wondering what's going on.
All right.
Conrad's gonna try to break back into the galley if that's possible.
Yeah, that would take a heavy machinery roll. Yeah, so you start leveraging the door and you manage to pry it open and you're in the galley.
So Conrad walks in. He kind of winks at the lady, assuming she's still in there.
She is still in there.
And he's gonna grab a beer and sit down.
All right. So you're drinking a beer and it is, I guess, just time passes. So, I mean, you guys are still flying towards, it'll be another 2 shifts before you arrive at the colony. So one shift passes and Max and Xander, you're working and you manage to fix up Max. You repair his damaged servos and it doesn't look like you need any resources to actually fix him. So you can just do it. Like, I mean, it doesn't take like equipment or anything. You've just
Right.
you repaired him and Max is now fully operational.
I just glad him. How long have you known?
See, here's the problem: is I don't know what Max would say in this scenario because I don't have the information yet. But the general gist is going to be that Max did not know that he was an android.
I'm just gonna shake my head and nod. I didn't know until I saw you bubbling up. Again, revealing to Max that he is an android. So far, Jimmy doesn't know.
Jimmy don't.
So we kind of had like a little android bonding moment.
Yeah. So you guys are having a little android bonding moment. And so by now the ship has reached, you guys are reaching orbit in of the Capo colony. And you get a hailed message and from the colony is everything going on?
Jimmy's
Oh,
like
sorry,
waking up from
is
his
everything going all right?
yeah. Jimmy's waking up from his nap, going, oh, colony, this Jimmy, captain of the Catfred. No, things aren't all right. I'm going to ask for a security team. I'm going to need you to come up and pick up Max and Conrad and one of the still living passengers. It's a long fucking story. Xander should be armed, but he's not a problem.
Okay. All right, pull on in.
All right, locking all doors, awaiting further orders. Oh gosh, fucking headache. Oh my head. Jimmy out.
Okay. So you start pulling into dock, and everyone can feel the as the sound as the ship docks with the satellite. And what are you guys doing? You have a shuttle currently, or that's what you use to go down to the first planet, and all the gear is currently loaded up on it. What would you guys like to do?
Jimmy is locking everything down until the security team docks with the station up here, and then we'll come in through the umbilical.
All right. So what is everyone else doing? You hear the ship dock with your unmanned satellite.
Conrad is gonna run up to the crew quarters. Can he do that?
All right. From what I heard, is all the doors are currently shut.
Wonderful.
So the doors are currently shut, and you, after a little bit of time, you hear the sound as the docking umbilical extends and connects with a shuttle, and I mean, the crew from the security vessel hails you, and Jimmy, can we get access now? What's going on? Why did you request a security team?
Roger, unlocking doors. Be aware if Conrad is armed, but be prepared for arrest. Like I said, I'll explain a little bit later, but let's get the situation under control. I'm
All right.
currently in the
What
bridge, and I
situation?
will let you access once you enter.
All right. So they go through the docking umbilical. They go into the first room. They go into the second. They find those bodies, and then they come. I mean, I guess they follow the set of doors you have unlocked, and all the way up to the bridge, and they bang on the door. Unlock this door now!
Open a door.
And how did you
And
unlock?
they come in with weapons up. What? Why are there two bodies in the hall? What's going on here?
It's a long story, but there's been an incident. Conrad is mostly to blame here, and I'm gonna need you to take Max back into custody, too.
Where is everyone?
They should be still locked up in the galley, I think.
Actually, I probably would have been outside the bridge door.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
so
with him.
Max is right there. You see all these security guys. One of them probably stops by you, and when they open the door and they hear you say that, one of them grabs you um, to just get a hold of you.
Hey! Leave that kid alone.
Yeah, Xander's fine.
What?
Or, well, I guess unless he wasn't here, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
okay with
this
him.
guy goes, "We've been told to take him into custody. I'm sorry."
You don't have to be rough with him. I'll follow him.
All right, so they start escorting you two
Yeah.
away, probably with two security guards, and the others move in towards the galley. And Conrad, you're sitting there drinking a beer, and the doors open, and you see several colony security guards open the doors.
Conrad's just like, "What's up?"
Put your hands in the air right now.
He does it. He's really
So
drunk.
they come in and they bind your hands behind your back, and one of them comes in and looks at the person tied up, and Jimmy, what's going on here? Who is this person tied up? And she's, free me, please. I work for Terran
She's one of the survey
Territory.
crew. She was wielding a weapon earlier. This is purely for safety.
These peoples are murderers. They shot my friends. They killed them both.
Ah, you bootlicker.
Like I said, let's get them
All
all
right,
down
so
to the planet, and I'll clear it up. I'm coming with you guys.
So they take them. They get you all in the security shuttle and head down towards the planet. And the ship docks and everyone is shuttled off. Conrad and Max are taken to a cell, and Xander and Jimmy are taken to a room to be held before you can debrief.
Right.
And the lady prisoner you have is taken to the Siegson module. So you guys are all sitting in your cells or in your rooms where you're being held for what seems like a weirdly long amount of time, and time just seems to drag on before finally Jimmy and Xander, you're approached by the Siegson rep, which is Roman. What's going on?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a trust test, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you're to Jimmy and Xander. What's happening here?
I'm getting fucked on every side, Robin. That's what's happening. Let me tell you what seems to have happened. It looks like a damn kid decided to try to take over the ship, and then take us on a joyride. And I only barely managed to stop him by flashing the reactor and doing a full factory reset. In the process, it looks like one of our passengers lost his leg in life. In response, the other two passengers decided to take out arms that I didn't even know they had and storm the bridge, at which point Conrad pulled out his own illegal weapon and shot one of them dead. Fuck me.
I see. I see. And why was this woman tied up? She identified herself as part of Terran territories.
She was one of the ones trying to storm the bridge, so it's that revenge on the one that lost his life.
Did
Yeah,
they kill anyone?
from
Did
what
they
They
Sandy
were
fire?
said,
going
that they were armed and they were heading my way, which I don't blame
Yeah.
them for it. No one should have lost their life over it, but it was Conrad who shot them down.
Yes,
I
I
see.
hit her in the back of the head to try to subdue them, and then Conrad unleashed bullets on his own when they turned around to try to and aimed their guns at me. Sorry, just a little bit nerve wracking right now.
Understandably.
So it was technically self defense, but
Yes, it sounds like
that's second, you know.
self-defense.
And then we just subdued her so that she doesn't do it again, harm herself or us.
Right. Ultimately, I
Hmm.
Rita controlled the situation, Rita controlled the ship, and made sure we got back to dock alright.
Mhm.
All right.
Roman, you gotta
Well,
help me out here. You really... Please. I can't fucking stand that kid
I
sometimes.
I think I think I have
Um,
been. I think I will help you out. I think I have a clear decision to be made here. Thank you for your.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Roman.
everything you've done so far.
I'm just glad I know
And
some
so
people I
he
can count on.
he goes over and he hits the button to open the door. Security, can you please take these two to their cells in the security office? Thank you. And several security guards enter, and one of them comes up to you, Jimmy. Jimmy, can I take your gun?
Yeah, and
I want
Jimmy's
to make this
giving up.
hard.
Jimmy looks exasperated and exhausted, and he's just completely given up. He's not putting up any single bit of resistance to anything happening to him right now.
So they come in and they take you into custody, and they take you to the cells, and you're all thrown into cells. And so at the moment, let's change over to this colony view. So
Oh,
all
sweet
four
home.
of you are currently occupying cells in the security block. It looks like there's only 4 cells, and so because family matters, they've currently thrown Max and Jimmy into the same cell.
Jimmy is like going over to the bed of the cell. He's just gonna lie down. He's gonna take the blanket and he's just gonna curl it over himself.
So all 4 of you are in cells, and you're able to communicate to each other within cells. What would you guys like to do?
Scream into my pillow.
just give just give a nod to Max.
All right. So you guys are sitting in here for a while, and finally the door opens again, and
It's
it
time for my execution. Please just
yeah.
fucking kill me.
So it yeah Roman comes in, and he says, "Well, you all are really in it now. I I thought this would just be easy. You were sent to do one thing: recover my 3 men from their planetary base and return. And I don't know how you messed it up, but what I have is I have 2 elite members of my corporation who have been killed. One gunned down by a criminal who had a weapon, shouldn't even have a weapon, and who's shown repeated attempts of blatant disregard for authority and fired your weapon multiple times on a space station and now on a ship. This is utterly ridiculous. And the other dead from what I can only imagine is incompetence, letting your child take control of take control of a ship and throw it out of FTL, and then commanding your engineer to just shut off your reactor. This is I
Right.
don't even know what to think. Do you all have anything to say for yourselves?
Yeah,
I
just
hate you
give me the
too,
gun.
Ronan.
I'll do it myself.
I don't even know what to say here. I don't know what to do, but you all will be persecuted to the highest extent that I can. And I hope that once my request goes through, that the corporation will send you to the worst hellhole possible. I heard there are penal colonies where the survival rate is less than 5%. Even that is too much for you.
Well, that'd be an improvement at this point. Uh,
And to be completely honest, I, as a person, as a DM, am completely lost at what to do at this point.
and this is what the aliens have. I don't know.
I think I'm going to have to call the session at this point, because I am feeling woefully unprepared for
for manslaughter,
all of what has
murder,
happened.
criminal smuggling trial. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
prison break is going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I now have to
Prison
prepare
break.
for. So yeah, so thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. I enjoyed the chaos.
Yeah,
But yeah, unfortunately,
Poor
I have to call it a
Jimmy.
little bit short.
a lot of reviews.
Well, experience points, I guess, is the next thing to talk about.
Well, plenty of time in
Um,
prison.
Yeah, you all have
Fun.
plenty of time to potentially train things. You're not going to be able to train things yet, but if you have any skills you'd like to improve, you can. So everyone was here, so you all get an experience point. That's
Yay.
one that's easy. Now, did anyone sacrifice themselves to further your personal agenda?
Oh yes.
Yeah, literally.
I took back the ship. I think that counts.
Yeah. I know Xander risked his life for his buddy PC because you were trying to. I mean, you were the one that hit a guy over the head with a guitar. You were trying to protect Jimmy, so that's definite.
I
Anyone
literally
else
gave
have?
Xander the guns.
You're trusting it. Would you think you risked your life for Xander though? Like, was this a scene in which you risked your life?
I'm definitely putting my life into Xander's hands a whole lot. Despite not even knowing he's a secret android.
Secret android.
Yeah, so then yeah, we had two big reveals that both Xander and Max are androids.
I also
So-
want to
Gosh,
throw out there that
Conrad
But I've
only
seen you
human.
drink, Xander.
I did risk my life for Conrad's Rolex.
That's
It's
true.
true.
Yeah, that was more of last session though, in throwing the ship, into FTL.
Yeah, but it was in my
So-
process of trying to take back the ship to then reset our course back to the planet that I was blown into the midsection.
In
All
Conrad's
right,
mind,
yeah,
he,
that does seem like it.
he technically did give up his life a bit for Xander in that moment.
And was Xander your buddy?
No, indifferent.
So
Indifferent this time.
yeah, so that one didn't get you an XP.
That would have to be mad.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
Did
you
anyone
aimed
stand
your
up to
buddy.
a rifle? Yeah, you aimed a gun at your buddy and freaked out when he turned out to be an android.
Yep.
Conrad doesn't like androids.
Race?
Oh no.
Now we know.
Now
you
we
know.
I feel like the structure
Uh,
got flipped on its head this session.
Right.
Yeah.
Woo!
Did anyone
Oh,
not
I've
make a
got no
panic
friend.
roll?
I didn't.
Xander's the
don't think
calm
I
one. Yeah.
Or androids
so,
are anyway.
Yeah.
so both Jimmy and Conrad, you both get a experience point for making a panic
Human
roll.
fear, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's an experience I'm never gonna get ever again.
Same here.
Yeah. So, and Xander and Conrad overcame a dangerous situation using violent or non-violent means, but it was very violent means. And so that's what I'll leave it at, because you didn't earn any money.
Damn.
So, and there wasn't really any significant. Well, there was a significant discovery, and that is that Max is an android.
Yep.
However, the only people that know that at the moment are Xander and Conrad.
Yeah, so they can take
To
the
be fair-
experience, and I'll be fine, like finding out later. I'll grab it eventually.
Yeah.
So
To be fair, that was a discovery for me as well.
Exactly.
yeah, so yeah, I'll give you an experience as well, because you also learned that Xander was an android. So I'll
Right,
give that
but
to
I
you
mean,
as well.
Max also didn't know that he was an android until.
Yeah,
But it's same thing.
that's
I
how
didn't know
we.
either.
Standing up to rival.
Yep, yeah, standing up to a rival. Did anyone stand up to their rival?
Yeah.
Me and Xander,
Yeah, I did.
literally were in a fist
Me and
fight.
Jimmy.
Mhm.
So, yeah, all that that seems like most everyone
Yeah.
challenged or stood up to your rival.
Jimmy's got to put
All
up
right.
with all of you.
All that chaos.
Jimmy must be so traumatized.
Well, thank
He's
you all for this
literally
session.
trying to
It
go
was
for suicide.
Thank you,
now.
guys.
it was wildly exciting.
It was so great to be back, guys. Missed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Just
glad
have
you're
a-
back and
yeah.
participating in our
Right?
terrible, terrible
you.
chaos.
Quick mechanical
this happened.
question
Shoot.
before we wrap up
Yeah.
here. If you took the bodyguard talent and somebody tries to shoot themselves in the head, could you bodyguard yourself in front of that?
What does bodyguard do?
You take a hit for somebody else. It's literally roll to take a hit for somebody else. So if they're trying to injure themselves,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
cool.
I have a question too for mechanics.
Yeah.
I have technically 14 XP because I haven't been able to even look at the book yet. Do I lose
no
no
worries.
more XP or how does that work?
No, you'll-
That's pretty
Yeah,
quick.
you won't ever lose XP.
Okay.
It's just whenever you can choose to spend 5 experience points to either increase a skill or learn a talent.
Gotcha. Okay. I wasn't sure if you lose it, but if you only have max 10 and
Nope.
okay.
What did I roll today? Comtech and command, I think. In observation, I failed at the observation though. You know what? I'm gonna get command 2. I feel like that's something I should be doing. Jimmy's gotten
think-
better at shouting.
Since I'm here, I think I'm going to
So-
raise my combat.
Yeah. And I guess while we're also wrapping up, I'm gonna say, like, I understand how you're feeling right now, Eli. Where you've had the plan. It's clear, like, you know, we were gonna get back with these people. They were gonna do something because, you know, they have so many guns. Something was gonna happen. And now we're in F block. They have only one person. All of their guns are still technically up on the ship, depending on if or not they got it. So whatever's gonna happen is either going to be like we're in the cell block when it's happening, or or not
Yeah,
gonna happen at all
I've-
anymore.
I've had several plans that have gone sideways at crazy different. I've been like, oh, I should introduce this. This will take it in a new direction, and then it's just been wild.
So legally,
I
who's
prepared for a few
responsible?
results, but not this one.
Who's legally responsible for that one guy who died due to his injuries due to
Hmm.
sudden FTL stop?
That would be either me or Jimmy.
Yeah, because
I
Jimmy
blame Jimmy.
ordered you to stop the ship.
There
And the guy
are
was
3
injured by
people
the stopping of the
responsible in
ship.
it, honestly. Jimmy, one,
Well-
because he's the captain, regardless, it happened on his ship, he shares some blame, and he ordered it. 2, because, Xander carried it out. He could technically say, like, well, it was Jimmy's order, he could technically get out of it. And Max, because he created the situation in the first place. That
Yeah,
would be
all
like
right,
how I
but
would
nobody
get
was-
legal precedent here.
Yeah,
Nobody was
technically,
injured by the
it's
situation. It was the stopping of the ship which caused the injury.
Creating dangerous situations is, some legal term I
Hey.
don't know right now.
A ship traveling in FTL is not in itself a dangerous position from which that guy would have been
It's-
injured. It was the stopping of the ship
It's
that
the moral
caused this
argument of allowing someone else to try to cross a rickety bridge that is going to break. It's like, even if they don't, even if the bridge doesn't collapse, it's still not morally right.
Our ship was not a rickety bridge, though. Our ship was a perfectly working car that was traveling to its destination on its own.
You understand what I'm saying, though. I'm not gonna, like, actually do the argument right now. It doesn't matter. There
I'm
is
right.
cases to be made, is the point here today.
I win the argument because you're no longer arguing.
Conrad's case, though, is, like, fucking clear cut, though. Like, he
Yeah.
smuggled, he purchased weapons illegally, smuggled the weapons onto a ship, and then shot people with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds
He's,
about right.
He's on a little bit shaky footing there.
It's
Yeah,
not shaky at all.
I don't know
I have the
what
perfect
Conrad could
talent for
possibly
Conrad.
do as a legal defense for that. Conrad's just completely doomed, regardless.
And he's already
I
a
got this
prisoner.
too.
He's already got, he's in a legal meh spot.
Mhm.
So
Max is also in a very legal mess spot, too, all considering.
Well, I would be
Conrad
after
wants
this,
to attack
honestly.
Roman.
Max is probably just up to permanent juvie at this point. He'll be 50 years old, still in juvie.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's obvious yet, but I think I'm property and not person.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Nobody knows
Very damn
yet.
property.
Yeah, I
Jimmy's
don't
literally going
quite
to
know
advocate
what,
for
Well, I mean,
legalizers.
obviously somebody knows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I might,
yeah,
somebody
someone
might
knows.
step in my defense because I am expensive property.
Yeah.
That's
I gotta
very
wonder,
true.
like, how this is all panned out. It's gonna be so traumatizing for Jimmy, too.
Yeah.
Wait, my son isn't real, but I love him, but my wife lied to me? What's happening?
Ooh.
Yeah, and the question is, what happened to your actual
Yeah, that's what I'm
son?
wondering.
Yeah.
I think Theta and I were talking before, and, like, the relationship is clearly like, well, you know, absentee Marine father disappears for years at a time, comes back like it's only been a month. Eventually, mother probably dies, and he just gets custody. And
Yeah, I
Jimmy
was
is probably,
filling in-
to some degree, trying to pretend as if it didn't happen.
I was discussing with you the spots where the actual son and everything like that. So,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I know
So
the
that's-
details.
That definitely seems
Other
to be
parts.
the idea that we're going with, and that Max is probably implanted with. So what the truth is right now, we don't know. That's gonna be
Well, now you don't have to be responsible.
hilarious.
Yeah, there's things I've discussed with Eli, and then there's things I've discussed with you, and neither of the two things have crossed. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, at least as far as Jimmy goes, I always love playing characters who are put upon in some way, and you guys have provided that in spades. One
Nice.
way or another, Jimmy has
You're
to deal
welcome.
with you. And now he's a wreck. You mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Alright.
And
All right.
it's-
Well, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's good to have everyone back and
oh yeah.
in the thick of it.
And Eli, I upped my
Yeah.
combat just so that you know.
Yep, cool. Yeah. The only thing is, when you do increase a skill, it has to be a skill that you use successfully, and you definitely upped
Yeah, a
your
couple
like
times, yeah.
that. You used that successfully a couple times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, perfect.
Alright, good.
Awesome.
And that's 5 points, right?
Yeah, it costs 5 experience
Gotcha.
points. Yep. And there's no roll required for the skills to increase. It just, if you take a talent, it takes 24 hours, and you have to roll a wits roll.
Right.
You
And can I do it multiple times? Just one and done.
You can increase it multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think the only requirement for the skills is you have to have rolled it and succeeded.
Yeah, I did that twice at least, correct?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so
Yeah, so you're fine.
thank you guys. Nice seeing
Yeah.
everyone.
Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for running you.
All right. See ya.
Bye, everybody.
See y'all later.
It was fun. All right. See ya.
Swayhander next.
Yay.